My name is Caleb Parker, and I have the great privilege of introducing Peter from Meetoo, not hashtag Meetoo, but Meetoo. He's going to do, this is interesting to me because he's not a tech guy, but he's going to do a demo of a tech platform. So this should be really interesting. But without further ado, come on up, Peter.
Loud and clear? You can hear me loud and clear. Right, so thanks, Caleb. I'm going to present in less than 10 minutes PowerPoint polling made simple. And that's using the Meetoo app, which is our platform and product. So, without further ado, PowerPoint polling made simple. During this, I'm going to ask you to actually contribute and do some PowerPoint polling. So if you could log into the Meetoo app at web.meetoo.com, that would be fantastic. And then tap in the meeting ID 168640085. Now, I'm going to go to the next slide, but don't panic. Those details are on every slide. They're also on the cards on your seats there and behind me there. So you can log in at any time. I'll let you get on with that. It's probably quickest to go onto the web app, but just so you know, there are apps available in the app stores as well, which we particularly use for regular users. Right, so my agenda is very quick. Why would you use PowerPoint polling, how you do it, and then a couple of top tips. So, what better way to start a PowerPoint polling tech demo than running a PowerPoint poll? So I have a poll ready to open. I've opened it now. Can you tell me what is your experience of live polling in PowerPoint? Have you used it only as a participant? Have you used it as a host, organizer, or presenter? Have you used it as both a participant and a host? Or none of the above? And I've got a bunch of responses there. I'm going to close that off now. Thank you very much. Error. Brilliant. Right. Okay, we'll come back to that in a sec. Right, so why would you use PowerPoint polling? Key reasons you'd use PowerPoint polling is you're working on a familiar platform. People are used to PowerPoint. There are other presentation softwares out there, but the truth of it is 95+% of presentations run using PowerPoint out there. It offers a seamless integration with your PowerPoint slides, so it's easy to program these things in. It allows you to run an uninterrupted presentation. So far, I'm in slideshow, and I'm just pressing enter to go through the presentation, and that will also open and close polls. And it also allows one device operation. For a lot of meetings, you haven't got a full AV and text setup. You just want to run from one laptop to run your meeting or your webinar, so you want to run from one screen. It's very shareable, so anything you ask in a PowerPoint polling slide is saved within a PowerPoint polling slide, so then you can send that presentation to someone or PDF it, and they can see those results, whether or not they've got the PowerPoint polling software. And finally, it looks pro. You get to use all the graphics and imagery and so on and so forth that you'd use in a presentation to use in live polling. Right, so how do you do PowerPoint polling? Very simple. Just go to the Meetoo website, go to resources or My Meetoo, and there's a PowerPoint page there. You click to download the add-in, and by clicking on that add-in, it installs in about 5 seconds. And once it's installed, and this is where it gets technical, it installs it into your PowerPoint ribbon here. So as you can see, Meetoo just appears there alongside all the other features of PowerPoint. Now, once you've done that, you can start making your PowerPoint slides. Now, it's really simple to do. What I will just do now is add a polling slide. And it gives me a wizard to do that. And I'm going to create a word cloud question and just type in my question text. Describe event tech live in one word. Okay, I can add that in as a polling slide, and then I can put that into slideshow. I can then open the poll, and you can start typing your responses in. So if you could type in a couple of responses for me there and then click send, that would be great, and we can see that coming through. Okay, great. I'm going to close that off there. And okay, we've got a very small audience here, so yeah, we've got a few words come in there, great, and a little word cloud. So it's as simple as that. And then when I come out of slideshow, you can see that's just saved as an image in your PowerPoint slide. Really, really simple. Another type of way you can run a polling slide, again, really simple, is actually just create a new slide. So I'm just going to insert a new slide. I've not been outside for a while, so I can just type in my text. Is it raining? And yes, no. So this is just a normal PowerPoint slide. These are the normal text boxes. What I can then do is then just click on the Meetoo in the ribbon, convert that to a poll. It drags the text through to the wizard for me. I can make that into a poll and then put it into slideshow again. And we're ready to go, so you can respond on that now. Okay. Brilliant. Let's close that off. Okay. Mixed opinions there. Great stuff. So as you can see, it's really, really simple to run this. There's no layer that's going over the top of PowerPoint. It's no separate piece of software that you need to run in unison and switch to. It's all within those slides. Final voting type is probably worth having a look at is something like a star rating question. Really popular because they're so easy. Rate, it's a high risk one here. Rate my presentation so far. Add that one in. We'll run that as a live poll. There is a setting in there to hide results, which I haven't put on, so just be kind to me. This is a demonstration. You don't have to give me the honest opinion here. Excellent. Let's close that off. Yeah, very good, very good. So yeah, so that, in essence, is how PowerPoint polling works and how simple it is. There's also, as you can see in the ribbon here, a bunch of tools that allow you to further modify your slides and settings you can put in there. For example, if you wanted to show percentages or real numbers, you can put a countdown clock on the slide to give a bit of pace and urgency to it, or even put noises on there as well. Now, shall I do it again? Yeah. So I asked you at the start a poll, which I'll just run now. Right, if I could just ask you to answer that one again for me, please, that'd be really helpful. Okay, let's close that one off. Okay, great stuff. So, okay, good. Well, that's a helpful answer for the last bit of the demo here. So, great stuff. And some of you put none of the above. So all the ones that put none of the above, you now have used a polling app. So quite often these meetings are about looking at comparing people's opinions or experiences at the start and end of a meeting. So at the end of my meeting, I might want to ask the same question again. So if you could play along with me here, I'm going to ask you that question again, but hopefully no one falls in the none of the above section anymore. Okay, and I'll just close that one off. Okay, great stuff. So we can see there's a shift in opinion there, but you've got to recall that from memory. What you can do is build into your PowerPoint presentation recall or comparison slides. So what I'll do is I'll quickly build one now. So if I add in an analysis slide, now I'm doing this on the fly, but usually you would program this in before, so you can just enter press your way through. But if I add an analysis slide, I can choose the questions I'd like to compare. So I asked you in slide 5 what experience you have. And I want to compare that with asking you the same question in slide 15 and add that as a comparison. That's now ready to go. I can run that live and I can actually now reveal the results. So I'm showing a before and after comparison, particularly helpful for seeing if people have learnt something or if you're comparing an opinion, before you deliver some news and after. So finally, in the interest of not going over time, that's how to run PowerPoint polling. Like I say, there's some other preferences in there, some other settings you can use to try and cater things for your presentation. But a really key thing is, actually, because it's in PowerPoint, and this is unlike any other PowerPoint add-in out there, because it's not a layer that sits on top, it's not a web page, it's all part of PowerPoint. So say I take that slide we looked at there, it's just PowerPoint text, which means I can send it to other people without the add-in and they can view it, but I can also just edit it in the normal way. I can even go and pick design themes, and they'll be picked up throughout the So that's design. The final thing is reporting. So again, if you go into Meetoo, that's everything within Meetoo, but actually that's the results there. You can save those results, you can PDF them, you can send them off to someone, but also what this does is links to your Meetoo account. So the Meetoo account dashboard looks like this. This is where you could potentially control the Q&A, which you've also got in the apps there. We can look at messages coming through. You can set up a survey. You can customize the home screen of the app that you're all logged into, like we've done here with the Event Tech logo. But really importantly for PowerPoint polling is there's a data section. And what it does is it gives you a summary of the polls you've run and what the respondents have been. It also gives you another version of all those charts and word clouds that you've asked, and most important bit, allows you to download a full data report in Excel. So say at the end of your presentation, in the heat of the moment, you close it down and don't save a new version, or you don't save the results in there, you've always got your data backed up somewhere else here securely, and importantly, it's detailed data. So you've got in the Excel report every vote, every comment, so you can really drill down and look at those in a bit more detail. Same for your surveys and so on. So that is the end of my whistle-stop tour of PowerPoint polling. It's really simple to do. It's something we've invested huge amounts of time and energy in over the years to get as simple as possible for people so they can feel confident using this in their meetings. And you don't have to run Meetoo with PowerPoint. Lots of our customers don't. But a lot of our customers do choose us because of the PowerPoint polling that it's important to them for. So I did promise you my final tips. So my final tips would be joining instructions. You can see we've put joining instructions on the chair, on the banner, on the slides. Most important thing is making it really accessible for people to join the meeting. There's nothing worse than being shown this at the start of the presentation and then having to try and nudge the person next to you to understand how to join the meeting, or if you've come in late. So share those joining instructions. Next thing, nothing to do with PowerPoint or Meetoo, but just practice. You need to know what's going to happen when you run through these slides. It's just like putting awesome clip art into your PowerPoint presentation. You've got to know what's going to happen and know that what order things are going to arrive. So you're ready on stage. And the final thing is, as a little tip, is clear the data. So we've got a button within the Meetoo add-in that clears all the results out of all your slides, gives you that peace of mind that you can go live knowing that there's not going to be any data in there already. So when you've run your practices, it will have put data in for you. That's the end of my whistle-stop tour. I hope that was helpful. And do we have any questions? Either you can shout them out to me, or I've got one question here. How much is the PowerPoint polls? So a Meetoo license for a year, which allows you to run as many meetings as you like for up to 1,500 people a time, is £790. And the PowerPoint add-in is free as part of that. Whether you use it or not, it's free. And you can download it on as many laptops as you like. So we've got organisations that actually use our installer and have it installed on every laptop in the organisation, and they just pass the license credentials between departments or have licenses to allow them to run a live meeting. But you can program anytime. Any other questions? I think I've got one more question for you. While we're there, this is all helpful stuff for me. How would you rate my tech demo? Let's be very clear. 5 stars is awesome. 1 star is Dermot laughs at me afterwards. Thank you very much. I'll close that off. And, oh yeah, final killer feature is you can hide the results to avoid an embarrassment. So that's good too. Right. That's me. If anyone wants a free account, wants to try it for free, just go to meetoo.com. It takes 2 minutes to sign up for a free account, and you can be PowerPoint polling straight away. Thank you for coming to the demo.